People just got a restriction on my Instagram account. I was unshadow banned for a total of like 25 hours. And now a post that I have had on my page for 3 months, as soon as I pinned it to the top of my feed, gets restricted. It's incredible. It is literally incredible how this shit happens. But it always seems to happen right at the perfect time. Because guess what I'm about to do right now? I'm about to do my dab and devotional, and you're going to be a part of it. And this literally could not have come at a better time. There has been no bigger stress in my life after getting rid of all the women in my life than fucking Instagram. Before Instagram, the only problems in my life started with the name of the girl that I had sex with. Now, all the problems in my life come from fucking social media, which isn't even real. It's not even fucking real. And I'm constantly reminded of that. Constantly reminded that social media isn't fucking real. And so, about literally 16 minutes ago, my Instagram got restricted. And the last time I got unrestricted and then re-restricted, I lost my entire account with 500,000 followers. So the trend of what happened last time seems to possibly be happening again. So if I wake up tomorrow with a disabled Instagram account, you'll know exactly what happened, and you'll know exactly where to find me, which is right here on fucking YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Because those are the only platforms that fucking don't ban people. And also, according to Andrew Tate, Instagram doesn't matter anymore. Now, whether you like Andrew Tate or not, doesn't really fucking matter. But that dude fucking owned short form content for about 5 years. And so if he says it doesn't fucking matter anymore, then it doesn't fucking matter anymore. But here we go. We're going to rip our dab and do our devotional. YouTube and Twitch, you can't see me doing this. You have no idea what I'm doing behind this book, but Dab and Devotional is where we get and talk to God. And we don't text our ex. That's another thing. This group right here, these people, everyone that comes on and joins me for these Dab and Devotionals, either live or if you watch them later on my YouTube channel, that's the thing, right? You want to talk to God, not your ex. Talk to God, not your ex. That's one of the key themes that we keep coming back to. All right, today's August 8th, and we have a short one today. Yesterday we had a really long one. And it took me a while to decipher all the words, okay? First of all, this is written by, God damn it. Probably shouldn't say God damn it at the start of this. This is written by a chick, okay? It's also written by God. And both of those two things are really challenging for me to understand most of the time. God language is challenging for me to understand, especially like the old way they used to write it and shit in the Bible and whatnot. And then chick language is really challenging for me to interpret as well. So I'm a little bit slow on the interpretation of some of the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What the fuck? Stop! Stop! I want to turn this on. What is happening? Off. Turn on. All my technology's fucking up right now. About to piss me the fuck off. Alright, there we go. But, what was I saying? I don't remember. We have ice cream. It is getting kind of soupy. Usually I have strawberries with this. Ran out of strawberries, didn't make it to the store. Oh well. Oh well. We're just gonna fucking go to bed skinny tonight. Had my lowest weigh-in in almost 2 years today, 215 pounds. Feel like I could blow away in the wind. Usually I only do 1 round of dabs, but this last 20 minutes of my life has been a little bit stressful. So we're going with 2 rounds of dabs. All right, here we go. If you're new here or if you're watching this for the first time, my name is Daniel. I've fucked up a lot of things in my life. I have 2 divorces. I have a kid that I don't see very often. I have a dab rig that fucking falls apart. while I'm trying to fucking do an intro, and it pisses me the fuck off. So, I have a bit of a temper, if you haven't noticed. And these dabbing devotionals help me to not have such a bad temper. It also helps me from doing bad shit. It's Saturday night right now. It's Saturday night at 9:20. 10 years ago, 25-year-old Daniel would be fucking 5 beers deep right now. 5 beers deep, fucking trying to figure out who's going to be our DD to go to the fucking bar because Uber didn't exist back then. Maybe it did. No, it didn't. And yeah, I'd be trying to get into some trouble tonight. And by trouble, I mean just either get laid or throw up from drinking too much. And I didn't get laid a lot, so it was a lot of throwing up. But now, 10 years has gone by. I got a kid, 2 divorces. I made a bunch of money. I lost a bunch of money. And the more that I realize that the times that I've been walking on the path that God has for me were the times in my life when when things were going the best. And when I was doing whatever the fuck I wanted and not walking on the path that God has for me, that's when my life started to fall apart. And it falls apart slowly over time. Like, you don't go commit one sin and then the next day your fucking life is in shambles. It doesn't work like that. It actually, like, you commit one sin and then your life actually gets better for a little while. And that's the dangerous part, because then you keep doing the thing that you're getting positive feedback from, but then it like starts to like erode other parts of your life, like right in front of your face. And then you go into denial and you keep doing the thing. And then you look back 6 months and you fucking destroyed everything. That's pretty much the patterns in my life. I'm a destroyer. Daniel is a destroyer. Daniel is not a guy who could like quit a job. I couldn't quit a job. I'd be too fucking afraid to quit a job. I'd have to get fired from a job. Like that's the kind of guy I am. I'd rather just fucking like do something egregious so that I get fired and then I don't have to quit. Right? I'd rather be broken up with than do the breaking up. Why? Because I don't like fucking confrontation. I don't. I've avoided basically 2 things in my entire life: confrontation with women and dancing. Those 2 things, I'm not really a fan of. Not a great dancer, and I'm sure as shit not good with confrontation with the opposite sex. Not at all. Not at all. So I try to just steer clear. All right, August 8th. I speak to you from deepest heaven. I speak to you from deepest heaven. I don't know what that means. I'm also, for those that are watching live, I'm not monitoring the chat currently. Not because I'm ignoring you, but because I'm so fucking ADD that I will start reading the chat while I'm reading this, and I'll forget that I'm doing this. So I will hit the chat and all the comments after this. I'll flip the camera around and we'll have an actual conversation. Right now, this is a performance. You are watching Daniel try to decipher God's word mixed with Sarah Young's word, who is a chick. It's like challenging level 10. It's the hardest thing I'll do all day. So I speak to you, obviously this is God, I speak to you from deepest heaven. Deepest. I think that word's going to be significant here in a second. Heaven is also something we can talk about. Put in the chat if you've ever had the heaven dream. The heaven dream is where you go to heaven and you like scope it out and you see what's going on. At the end of this, I will share my heaven dream. You only have to have it once, or at least I've only ever had it once, and that was enough. Maybe people have had it more than once. Let me know in the chat. I've only ever had it once, and I was like, oh, all right, I get it. I get I get the whole understanding of heaven now. So I know what my version is. It's pretty underwhelming. I'll tell you at the end. But it's pretty underwhelming. Now, I speak to you from deepest heaven. You hear me in the depths of your being. Okay, so deep and depths. So I speak to you from deepest heaven. You hear me in the depths of your being. Okay, so if you're new here, there's a lot of constant themes that show up all the time. One of them is you are God, I am God, it's all God, everything that's been created is God, it's all God, right? So God is in you, like you are God. Like the thing that you like try to hide from God, you know, like you're not hiding it because you are God, and so you're doing the thing that you're trying to hide, but that's impossible to hide from a thing that you're actually doing. Right? You can lie to yourself, that's different. Lying to yourself is a form of hiding. So you can lie to yourself, you can fucking make yourself believe a lie. But deep down, you are hiding a thing from yourself, but you're actually doing the thing. It's kind of like the whole look in the mirror type of thing. So God is there. So he speaks to you from the deepest heaven, but you hear him in your deepest being. So it's like he's talking to you from the place you're going to feel him, because they're the same location. Here he comes again. Deep calls unto deep. Deep calls unto deep. I literally think I just said that. Whereas like heaven and God is all in the same spot. It's all in you. It's all deep. Deep calls into deep. Kind of a tongue twister there. You are blessed to hear me so directly. Never take this privilege for granted. Ooh, all right, here we go. You are blessed to hear me. So you are what? You're lucky? I mean, it's not lucky because everybody has it. All right, for all God, we all have it. So you're blessed to hear me so directly. That only makes sense if you understand what I said before. So you can hear God directly because you are God. Right? Like you hear you have a feeling when you're faced with temptation. That's the easiest one, right? When you're faced with temptation, when you are faced with temptation, right? You have a decision. You can do it or you can not do it. And if you know you're not supposed to do it, you already know. Like that is the signal. Like, should I do this? And if the gut feeling is no, this is bad, Daniel. Don't do this. Don't go down this road. You've done this before, right? That feeling right there, that's the signal. Trusting your gut. We talked about it last night. You know the old adage, right? I should have trusted my gut. Or I should have listened to my gut on that one. Or I listened to my gut on that one and I got it right. If you just replace the U and T in gut and replace it with O and D, you have God. And so you can say, I should have trusted God. I should have trusted God. Right? I should have listened to God on that one. It's the same thing. Your gut and God is the same thing because that is where God is. He's in your gut. He's not in your head. He's literally not in your head. Your head is where you fuck everything up. It was in last night's. Where does he talk about your... I don't know where it was. Maybe it was 2 days ago where we talked about like like thinking or I don't know, don't remember, stoner blank, but essentially yeah, God is in you, but he's not on the outside of you, right? So you can rationalize a lot of bullshit even after you get that feeling of no, I shouldn't do that thing, or yes, I should do that thing, right? That happens too, where like you know you should call somebody, you shouldn't. You know you should call somebody, right? You should go like address a relationship problem, or maybe some unsettled thing with another person, and like you should be the bigger man and make the call, but you just fucking don't. You just don't do it, right? But you should. The gut feeling is the thing that you should listen to. You shouldn't listen to the rationalization of why you shouldn't do something in your head. I feel like I drag that out a lot. But honestly, all of this, all these words I'm saying, it's really not for you guys. It's really for me. I am talking to my fucking self right here. I'm literally trying to figure this shit out. Because here's a citation from yesterday. Because humans have a voracious appetite for trying to figure things out. Literally right there. I'm trying to figure out what this shit means. But here's another consistent theme. We actually don't need this, right? If you listen to your gut, if you just follow the gut feeling, if you just like ask God what to do now and next, which is another constant theme that we talk about, you actually don't need the book to tell you what to do. You just need your gut, and you need fucking quiet. You need peace. You need to be able to listen. You need to be able to fucking listen to your gut. You need to be able to listen to your gut so you can make gut decisions. And gut is another word for God. Never take this privilege for granted. You can literally feel it. You can literally feel when it's a right decision or a wrong decision. You can feel it. The best response is a heart overflowing with gratitude. Okay, that went differently than I thought it would. The best response is a heart overflowing with gratitude. I am training you to cultivate a thankful mindset. And I'm guessing it's going to say thankful to him. Thankful to yourself. Self-love. I don't know, let's see. Training you to cultivate a thankful mindset. This is like building your house on a firm rock where life's storms cannot shake you. Like sometimes it takes these weird fucking turns. So, going back up. Hold on, YouTube just sent me a notification. Hopefully they're not fucking banning me. No, I'm actually getting people to reply. Nice. Welcome. I have so much PTSD from social media sites sending me emails telling me my content's fucking banned. Or restricted. Okay, so I gotta go back to the top real quick. Sorry. I'm like lost. I speak to you from the deepest heaven, your gut. You hear me in the depths of your being, your gut. Deep calls into deep, your gut. You are blessed to hear me so directly, your gut. Never take this privilege for granted, your gut. The best response to what? To what? The best response is a heart overflowing with gratitude. I am training you to cultivate a thankful mindset. Which is very fucking generic. All right, be thankful for the direct tie that we have to morality, to what? Spill it, Sarah. Yeah, Sarah. I'm training you to cultivate a thankful mindset. This is like building your house on a firm rock, which is like the fucking song, where life's storms cannot shake you. This is like building your house on a firm rock. Having a thankful mindset is like building your house on a firm rock. Okay? as you learn these lessons, what lessons? You are to teach them to others. I'm not teaching anything. I'm over here fucking fucking my way through this. I will open up the way before you, one step at a time. All right, now I understand that part, the last part. The last part is easy. I will open up the way before you, one step at a time. In the days before this, we've talked about how God holds your hand and walks you through the fucking really hard parts of life and the really easy parts of life. And if you want to look up and see which one's coming next, you have to seek God's presence. Seeking God's presence means you have to get into a quiet room or a car, no noise, no radio, no TV, just a closed space, and you have to like just sit there and wait and breathe. And what you try to do is like tap into that like flow state meditation shit. I get it when I'm driving. That's why I said you could be in a car. So I'm like driving on the interstate just for like miles, right? Like road trip. I will just like zone out for like, I don't know how long, but I'll zone out. I'll miss a bunch of fucking exits, but then I'll come out of that little trance with like this overwhelming feeling to do something. Something. And it's usually something I want to fucking do. And if and when I'm driving, it's usually call somebody you don't want to call. It's usually what it is. Text doesn't even work for me. Usually it's like you got to call them. You got to straight up call them. And I don't want to do it. I fucking did it today. I did it today to my friend Nick. He told me he was coming through town a couple weeks ago. Totally left him on red. And then I never even followed up. And that guy's always been so good to me. And always checking in on me. And always fucking rooting for me. And I fucking blew him off. And I was pissed at myself. And so I was trying to take a nap today. Like I went into the quiet room. And I had my eyes closed. And I was like, ooh, like sometimes I'll fall asleep. And I could not fall asleep. Because I was like, I gotta fucking call Nick. I gotta call Nick. And so that's what I did. And then I have, he wasn't available, but he's going to call me on Tuesday. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to zone the fuck out and do nothing or fall asleep or scroll on my phone. The one thing I did not want to do today was call a person that I already felt bad for blowing off. I didn't want to do it, but I fucking did it. And then, after I did it, I got this overwhelming feeling of what to do next. And that was, go help my aunt move a couch, which I did. This was the fastest fucking couch movement I've ever been a part of. We moved a couch from this house to an apartment in less than on the second floor in less than 20 minutes. I packed a meal. I took my water bottle. I packed for like a 5-hour event. It took 15 minutes. I was like, wow, that went perfect. And I was fucking veiny and jacked and sweaty and I looked awesome. I didn't get any pictures. I should have. But right after that, I got an overwhelming feeling to do another thing, which was work on a project. And I worked on the project. And I did a really fucking good job. And then after that, I rolled it right into this. And so this is how this shit works. Is that once you get quiet, once you get into that flow state, you get the overwhelming feeling to do the thing. You do the thing, then your day actually starts to get easier. Now, I know I started this off by saying, like, my day was kind of frustrating. That fucking Instagram restriction really pissed me the fuck off 39 minutes ago. I've had that post up there since fucking April. And I pinned it to the top of my feed today because it's a really good reel that people need to watch, and it gets fucking restricted. And that happened right before I came and did this. And I almost didn't want to do this. But I'm doing it. All right, I'll stop, where'd my whipped cream go? I'll stop stalling. I'm stalling on this fucking thankful heart mindset gratitude shit. The best response is a heart overflowing with gratitude. Thank you for banning my Instagram reel today. I am so grateful, Meta. Thank you so much for giving me more of a reason to stop fucking battling Instagram. It's not even real. You know how stupid it sounds when you tell somebody your actual job, but not in like the terms that they would think it's cool? For example, a sanitation engineer is also known as a garbage truck driver, a garbage man, the trash truck. That's a sanitation engineer, okay? I am famous on an app on your phone. Just one of them. Just one app. I'm famous on one app that's fucking this big on your phone. You know how stupid that is? So fucking dumb. 200,000 followers on a fucking little tiny app on your phone. Ridiculous. Okay, so I'm grateful. Thanks. Love it. This is like building your house on a firm rock where life's storms cannot shake you. I need to find a fucking rock. What is the rock? What is the rock? I don't know what the rock is. I don't feel as much relief as I usually do. I'm definitely wound up today. I'm definitely wound up. Took me 43 minutes to read that much. Or I think I started late. Took me 30 minutes to read that much. All right, that ends the formal portion, if you can believe that was formal. Let's talk. What's up? What did I get wrong? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Naomi's here. Swim Lift is here, dude. Swim Lift. I don't know why you would think this would be cool, but I did a sauna cold plunge thing today, which is not something I ever do. And then I had to like take a shower in the gym and in the thing. It's like a fancy gym. I don't know. It reminded me of like swimmers for some reason. Swim team shit. The Capone. They want to silence you. It's really interesting how social media is actually very similar to my real life. Like, as far as, like, getting in trouble. I was always an exceptional student. I always got very good grades. 90% of the time I had A's. There's like very few grades where I had like B's at the end of semesters. I was like pretty much an A student. But I also went to detention all the time. One time in high school, Miss Fallon, my U.S. history teacher, she sent me to detention, and she was like, it's in room 216. This is like the first time I'd had detention senior year. I didn't even know seniors could get detention. And she was like, you have to go to senior detention. And I was like, oh shit. So I'm looking for 216, and I get to the end of the hall, and it's just 214 and 215, and then it's the door to go outside. And so I just went outside and left, and it didn't hit me till later that senior detention was literally like, leave the school. Just fucking leave. Right? Same thing happened in the Army. I was always like a high performer, but I was always getting called into the colonel's office for something. Said something in front of a female, fucking called the mortars faggots, or made a joke about someone who had a I don't know, something, right? I was like, just no filter. And then when I went to graduate school, same thing. I got told that I had struggled with self-regulation, which is accurate. And I got expelled from graduate school. And now I've gotten banned and restricted from social media. So now it's just I just kind of expect it. I kind of expect it, but I do know that it is my personality. It's just like I for the longest time I've wanted to start. I have a name of a podcast that I want to start. Okay, I don't have time to start a fucking podcast, but if I ever have a podcast, it's gonna be called The Fine Line. The Fine Line. And it's called The Fine Line because when I was a kid, literally from the time I can remember until literally like 2 days ago, because I'm at my parents' house right now doing family shit, my mom would say, you're walking a fine line. And it would always be like, you're walking a fine line between being arrogant and confident. You're walking a fine line between being funny or an asshole. You're walking a fine line between appropriate and inappropriate, right? So it's like I'm always on the line. And when I was in the Army, the unit that I talked about the other night, the only unit I really had any real pride in was 114 Infantry. And the motto of the unit was right of the line. Right of the line. And that signified where this, I can't remember the history now, but basically like one of the old generals of 114 Infantry drew a line in the sand on the battlefield and was like, all soldiers who are willing to cross this line, like you're gonna die, but you're gonna die a hero. And so I've always been like, I don't know, that concept of the line between good and evil, the line between cocky and confident. I'm always on it. I'm even on it politically. I have like 50% conservative values and 50% progressive values. I'm on the line. What are you? Are you a Republican or Democrat? I'm on the line. I'm on the fence. I don't know. What day is the wind blowing today? Literally, like that. Like it's right down the line. The line is a lonely place, I've come to learn. All right, what else we got? Oh, hello, everybody. Hello. People that joined late. Appreciate you checking in. Naomi, is it art imitating life or life imitating art? Ooh, that is a question that I don't know the answer to. Battle of the Alamo. Yeah, there were some similarities there as well. 114 has this. I should have looked it up, but there was this some conflict in China that 114 infantry was involved in, and that's where Colonel Titus or General Titus, whoever he was, that's where that line became famous. But yeah, I'm interested. I'm kind of puzzled by that question, Naomi. Is life? What was it? Is art imitating life, or is life imitating art? I don't know. That makes my brain hurt. Is there a way to explain that to in like a 5th grade level? My eyes hurt. Oh, I didn't bring my sleeping pills. Fuck. Oh well. We're only gonna go for an hour anyway. I got detention once in high school because my skirt was too short. They had to put you in another room because the boys couldn't contain themselves. We had to put her in solitary confinement. At that point, it probably just makes sense to send them home. When my cousins all went to Catholic school, I never went to Catholic school. I never went to private school. I went to public school. And in fact, if they started calling public schools what they actually are, which is government schools, if they started calling them government schools, I bet the fucking private school businesses would just go crazy. Are private schools for profit? Yeah, I imagine they are. Man, maybe I should start a fucking for-profit school. You just do everything the fucking opposite of the public schools. Everything the fucking opposite. That is what I would do. I think all my family members just got here and they're probably gonna troll me while they're coming in. Interestingly enough, I'm staying at my parents' house and neither of my parents are here. I'm here, my aunt is here, my uncle is here, my 2 cousins are here, and my parents are not here. Like, they're in another state. Like, we're all just crashing at their house, which is hilarious. Oh, Catholic school. My cousins, whenever they would get in trouble, they'd have to go to Saturday school. If you can fucking believe that. They'd go to Saturday school. That was detention. They'd literally have to go to school on Saturday. And they would have to, like, write on the chalkboard and all kinds of shit like that. That's Catholic school. Yep. There's tuition for private schools. Yeah, I know. I know. I went to a private Catholic. Actually, I did go to Catholic school. Holy shit! I went to Catholic graduate school. I went to UIW, University of Incarnate Word, and I got fucking expelled from the Catholic school. That is fucking hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. But yeah, if they started calling public schools government schools, that would be a lot more accurate. And I think a lot of people wouldn't go. I'm not sending my kid to government school, right? Literally just the name change. Just the name change. You wouldn't have to change anything else. And you'd have people just being like, wait, what? Wait, what? These schools are from the government? No. The Epstein fucking government? That's who makes all these schools? Oh, look at the shoulder striations. Nice. All right. Did we ever get to the art thing? No. That was a good question. It was a good question. What else? What else do I have to update you guys on? I met up with some cool dudes today. They're the ones, they took me to this Lifetime. It was like a business meeting. Took me to this Lifetime fancy gym, and we were in the sauna for 15 minutes. I wanted to fucking die the whole time. Then we went into a cold plunge for 4 minutes, which the cold plunge was, it was cold, but it's not nearly as cold as mine. Mine's at 35 degrees and will freeze your fucking ass off. Like that, yeah, like that thing. Mine, I have a personal like vendetta against. Like I hate that fucking thing, but I know it's so good for me. Anyhow, so it wasn't as cold as mine. It was like 50 degrees, so I was like chilling in there. It was actually refreshing. And then we went to a restaurant to eat. I didn't eat anything. They ate. But yeah, I just had some good convos and we smoked some weed. It was cool. It's always nice and refreshing to meet people that are working as hard on their thing as you're working on your thing. That is quite cool. Yeah, I like that. I like that feeling a lot. I need to be around more people like that. Because you can see that their work to them, although they work super hard at it, it's effortless. It's effortless for them. It's effortless for them to do what they do, but even though it looks like they're working really hard, like it probably looks like I'm working really hard, but everything that I do is actually not very challenging, and I do it on repeat every day, all day long. It just looks stressful because I've decided to do more and more and more of the thing as I've gotten better at it, which I should probably rethink. I'm a big volume guy, not a big quality guy. I wonder if I spent more time on quality, like quality work that I do. Like I'm kind of sloppy on some stuff. I'm kind of sloppy in some areas. Like what would you say it? I'm like okay with being sloppy in that area of my life. Which isn't, it's not what a well will go throw something away in the trash. And often, for whatever reason, half of what I put in the trash makes it in. Or like one little piece of a sweet and low packet, just like flutters off and lands over by the window. And I'll literally look at it and then turn my head like I didn't see it and then walk off and go do something else. And I'll literally walk back into the kitchen, hour or so later and look at it and still not pick it up. And then eventually I go and fucking pick it up. But I don't know, it's like if you see a deficiency, why wouldn't you just fix it right away? I know that's the right answer. I know that's the answer that's going to give me the most peace. But oftentimes I will just let it slide. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Hold on, what did you say? Oh, there it is right there. It means, does life come first and art take inspiration? Or you do art and life works out the same way? Oh, okay. I get that. Kind of. I understand the last part more. Maybe if I read it again, it'll make more sense. Maybe if I read it backwards. Okay. Or do you, or do you do art and, or do you do art and life works out the same way? Do you do art and life works out the same way? I'm trying to think back. I'm trying to think back of when I created, when I was creative, when I did art first. Did life go the way of the art? No. No, it didn't. I'm the well, at least in the recent history, I have done life and what was necessary to survive in life, and the art came after that. And the easiest one, it's happened twice. Like when I got expelled from graduate school, I didn't have a job. I had no money coming in whatsoever. I didn't have any disability from the military yet, and nothing. In fact, I had to pay the fucking GI Bill back and all the BAH that I withdrew. Like, I had a fucking debt, a $50,000 debt as soon as I got out of graduate school with no fucking degree and no job. And I decided that I was, instead of getting a job, I was going to teach bodybuilders how to do bodybuilding poses for competitions. And up until that point, I had only done one competition. And my posing ability was so bad, I literally was embarrassed to post the photos. Like, it was that fucking bad. And so basically I didn't lie, but I taught people how to do something that I couldn't do, which is interesting, right? It's like being a football coach and you've never played football except once. You were bad at it. That's essentially what I did. And I was able to convince people that I could teach them how to do the poses, even though I couldn't do them very well myself. And so as I started teaching people, I obviously got better, and then I went and took lessons, and I started taking it seriously. And then I got pretty good at the posing thing. And that's essentially an art, right? Bodybuilders get on stage, they move their bodies and flex and create shapes and coordinated to music, and that turns into a posing routine. And there's guys out there that are known for their posing routines, like Terrence Ruffin. They say he's one of the best posers of all time, which is absolutely true. The guy literally can't hit a bad pose; it just comes naturally to him. I, on the other hand, was not a person that posing came naturally to, or movement of any kind, and so I had to learn it all step by step, not in art form. I learned it with anatomy and looking at fucking origin insertion charts and being in a cadaver lab because I was in physical therapy school. So I learned it from a like biomechanical perspective. And then when I taught it that way too. But then I realized as I was teaching it and doing it more that there was this art component to it. I already knew there was an art component to it, but I started to understand and actually see and feel and be able to create. I created some really awesome posing routines. I did some myself. I created a ton for a whole bunch of other people. That, you know, the majority of my clients all performed very well. We had tons of pro cards. Even got to the point where I was teaching coaches how to become posing coaches. And so yeah, so I did life first, and that's what I did to make money, and then the art came after. Boom. The art came after. I wish I could be in shape. In search of FQ? Dude, you can be in shape. Anyone can be in shape. It really only comes down to the food. That's it. That's all it takes to have a physique that you could be proud of. Really, it just comes down to the food. You could build air quotes. You could build yourself a really good physique, never going to a gym. You could build yourself a really good physique, hardly ever exercising, because that's how important the food is. I eat 6 times a day. I work out 4 times a week. You see what I'm saying here? So like, what's more important? The thing you do 4 times a week or the thing you do 42 times a week? Is that 7 times 6? In my head right now, I did 7 times 7, and then I subtracted 7, which would make 40. No, I subtract. What's 7 times 6? 42. So what's more important? The thing you do 42 times a week or the thing you do 4 times a week? I'm interested to see what you think in the chat. I've been skinny my whole life since I was like 15. Not gained or lost more than 10 pounds over under what I weigh now, and I'm 37. Yeah, that for you, that statement that I just made could not be more true for anyone but you. The reason you are skinny, dude, it comes down to the input. It really does. It comes down to the input. That's the only way to make it go up. That's the only way to gain weight is more input. And you'll probably be like, dude, I eat so much. And what I would tell you is, I believe you. I 100% believe you that you eat a ton. And what I will tell you is that there's only one thing to do. You have to eat more. I wish there was something. I wish it was like, oh no, you just need to lift out heavier, right? You just need to train more. No, that's not it. You just need to put more weight on the bar. No, that's not it. The only way to gain weight in your circumstance is to eat more food, man. Some of it, honestly, is I feel I can't do certain things, though, as far as like walking, I need surgery. Oh, shit. I have a fractured calcaneus, and it's hard for me to move around without pain. I physically can't run or jump. Dude, you need to get one of those, what the hell are they called? They're like little scooters, but they have, but they don't have a handle that you hold on to. It's like a little 2-wheel. I don't know, kids use them. I was seeing some kids in the neighborhood. They're like super agile. They can like move around a kitchen island. That's what you need. You need a little fucking hoverboard, dude. Okay, so even better. that you can't fucking move because you don't need to move. You don't need to run. Wow. You don't need to run or jump. Well, my light's out. You don't need to run or jump. You need to sit your ass down and fucking eat food. So you're actually in luck. Yeah, man. You gotta eat, dog. I wish it wasn't that way. I wish it wasn't. I wish it wasn't. I wish we didn't have to weigh our food. I wish we didn't have to calculate macros. I wish we didn't have to fucking portion out our meals. I wish we could just take a pill every morning that has the exact macro and micronutrients you need to look exactly the way you want. Maybe that's something I'll design before I die. Maybe that will be my art. Because, yeah, eating food fucking sucks. And so if you could just take a pill every morning, it's like, oh, you're good. That'd be awesome. That would be fucking awesome. All right, I got to go to bed. We did 56 minutes. That's pretty damn good. I'm glad you're here In Search Of. Keep coming back. Also, if you want to join our Get Jacked community, type in !jacked, and it'll take you to my school community where we get jacked. So come on through, dog. Please design that, Naomi. You're so sweet. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.